Hey there, YouTube. This is Crazy Magic Hawkman. Today I haven't done a review on the Command Zone and also as shoot or loot video. I've done others like in the past. Um, some of them are good, others not so much. Well, since back in my past, I would say shoot if it's good, loot if it's bad. Like kind of like what's that guy's name off of? Oh yeah, the guy off of X Underground Members X. This time I'm doing it for YouTube videos. YouTubers like Jimmy Wong and Josh Lee Kwai. And I've done it for Boogie 298, but heck, I guess this would be a review, so technically, yay. But I found out also sad news is for you Magic players out there that wanted to go to Magic Fest in Seattle. It's canceled, so I'll let you know more about it later on in this video. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
All the time, and we also get asked to talk about it with you all the time. So this.
Let's go back. They sometimes do things, so yeah, it's just fun.
Greetings, humans. You have entered the Command Zone, your destination for all aspects of Elder Dragon Highlander.
There's Rocco. That's not him.
If you want to destroy my sweater, whoa, 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 pull this thread as I walk away. As I walk away, watch me unravel. I'll soon be naked, lying on the floor, lying on the floor. I'll come undone. Okay, we're done.
Okay, that was weird. That was cringy a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We could have just done the entire song, and that was in the podcast, but that was boring because you are now watching / listening to the Command Zone podcast.
Yeah, you can't see.
How's it? It's Josh Lee Kwai. So we're talking about something.
You can't see Jimmy Wong's face, so
budget commander decks.
sorry about that.
I know it can be pretty tough to compete with like longtime players that have a lot of cards, expensive cards, large collections. And a lot of people feel like they can't
Crap, sorry, I'm shaking the video.
Building smartly. So we get asked about this all the time, and unfortunately, we're not experts on the subject. However, for this episode, we brought on someone who is an expert. We have Mitch here from the Commander's Quarters.
Ooh, Commander's Quarters.
Thanks for having me on.
You have to say, how's it?
How's it?
There we go. Now you've officially been inducted into the show. Yeah, we get asked about to talk about this all the time, and we also get asked to talk about it with you all the time. So this is nice. It's finally everything has come together.
Perfect. Well, I mean, I'm excited.
It's leaning towards a little bit of a shoot.
A lot last night.
Like, I watched this whole video,
All
so
of his decks can hang with all of our decks, so it's nice to know that if you build on budget, like, you're totally fine.
You are good to go.
Yeah. Before we get into it, we got to give some shout-outs to our sponsors. We're going to talk about a bunch of budget cards this episode, and if you would like to get a hold of any of those cards, just use the affiliate link, cardkingdom.com/command-zone. You're going to buy Magic cards anyway. If you use our affiliate link when you do, you really are supporting this show. Game Night's Extra Turns, which just came out, just made its return.
Yeah.
All of our content, we really do appreciate everyone that uses that affiliate link.
Extra returns.
Extra returns.
Another great sponsor of the show and one that we've been working with for a very long time is Ultra Pro. Obviously, if you need anyone to help outfit your playmat, accessories, deck box, sleeves, dice, you name it, Ultra Pro has it. You can buy them from anything from their big box stores. You can go to your LGS as well as cardkingdom.com and purchase all that product and make your battlefield look sweet.
Yeah, you really can, and you want to protect your stuff, even if it's budget, right? You know,
absolutely.
Yeah. And another way to support the show is directly if you go to patreon.com/command-zone. In fact, we call out one lucky patron every single episode, and this episode is dedicated to Kirk Robertson. Kirk, you rock. Mitch was ready for it.
I was prepared.
Yeah. And we want to talk about one other thing really quick. If you haven't heard, we have just launched a Kickstarter.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Right.
So if you want to help us support Game Nights, there's a stretch goal to make more episodes of Extra Turns. There's a bunch of cool rewards. What we're looking to do is upgrade some stuff around the office. Especially for me, computers is a big thing we need. The show's getting so complex now that honestly, like, we have some computers in the office that just can't even handle it. Like,
Well, my computer literally shuts down half the building when I try to render stuff. It happened twice yesterday.
That's why the lights turn off.
Yeah.
Also, like, you can't see it, but the microphone that Mitch is using is like precariously balanced on 2 sandbags, wedged into a chair, and hidden just from view, because that's what we have to work with. So yeah, a lot of upgrades to be made around the office. And if you want to check that out, you can go online. And we also have tons of really cool stretch goals.
Yeah, Mitch, I showed you.
So far, it's starting to look like more like a shoot. So, if you guys let me know in the comment section, what should I do?
This yesterday. Do you want to tell them about the coin?
Yeah, so this coin is absolutely fantastic. It's got the Game Nights logo on one side, and the other side is the tail side. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it looks pretty sweet.
And it says, only one may stand.
Very true.
Yes. So, if you want to get a hold of that coin and a bunch of other stuff, check out our Kickstarter. The links will be in the show notes. Okay. Well, let's stop talking about us here. Let's talk about Mitch and your channel. You've had a extremely meteoric rise. You started within the last year or so?
Yeah, I started not this July, but the past one. So
and you're about to hit 100,000 subscribers.
Getting very close.
Yeah, I don't keep track of these things exactly, so I'm going to say something that's probably close to true. I don't know if it's absolutely true, but I think you're like the fastest growing Magic channel.
I haven't researched that, but sure, let's just say that.
It's got to be close. It's got to be close. So, what you want to tell everybody out there a little bit about your channel?
Sure, yeah. My channel is pretty much about everything Budget Commander. I do budget deck techs. I go over underrated budget cards. Pretty much anything that you think about when you think about Budget Commander, I try to tackle it.
You do a lot of deck techs. Some of them are nuts. Like, if you go to the Commander's Quarters page and look at the thumbnails, a lot of them are like $25 decks.
And say I originally started at $25, and some of those, if you look back, the older ones, they might not still be $25 because prices do change. But at the time of building it, it was at $25, and currently I'm doing a $50 budget.
That's for the whole deck, though.
Whole deck, entire deck, including shipping. Basic lands are not included. Provide your own.
You can just go to an just pick those.
Exactly, yeah.
Jimmy and I do the upgrade videos for the precons, the Brawl decks, and the C19 stuff, and we are like, we have to add 10 cards, and our budget is $30, and we still are like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'd be salivating over $30 for 10 cards.
Yeah, you build whole decks out of that. It's pretty cool. So, anyway, oh gosh, I wanted to say that we are here partially, and I wanted to apologize to you personally because
I need to apologize. It's my fault. I was the one that omitted it.
So the Commander Summit we did earlier this year, we went out to the community and we asked everybody to answer all these questions, and they sent us in a bunch of video submissions. And if you watch those videos, Mitch wasn't there, and you might think like, guys, why didn't you reach out to the fastest growing Magic YouTube channel?
I like that's the tagline.
Yeah, I like that now in my description.
I'm pretty sure it's true. And the thing is, we did. Mitch provided us with awesome answers. If you watch this stuff, it's very polished. You actually edited all the stuff, and then
it was inserted into the teaser of everyone that was going to be on the episode. And I guess at some point that checked a box because we had to go down and try and make sure that everyone got in there once, and then it just didn't make it into the final cut.
Well, you guys were trying to manage a lot. It was not that big of a deal.
We're making it up to you now.
I feel really bad about it. So I'm glad we could make this happen.
There it is.
Let's get into
He
the
was
main
shaking
topic
a
here,
bit.
which is the
Have to bust this big guy out. There we go, better. Yeah, turn off the lights. So that way we can actually do something.
best decks to build on a budget. So something I never really thought about before, but as you and I started corresponding, was this idea of and it makes sense, that
Wow.
some decks or archetypes or
Sorry, it looks different in the dark, so.
just work better as budget than others.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I thought that was really interesting and something everybody out there would want to know, which is like, if I know I'm a budget player and, you know, I have a limited amount of funds or a limited amount of access to cards or a smaller collection, or I'm just starting out, it's probably better to steer towards a commander or an archetype that's just naturally better suited to budget rather than accidentally pick something where it's just hard to make it good.
Sorry about that. I'm thinking about getting a drink of water, so I'll be right back, YouTube. Here, let me turn that on.
Yeah, if you're trying to build kind of on a budget, it definitely you can choose kind of.
Think about
more
tossing
of a
this
lane
old
for
controller away.
commanders or archetypes that make it easier.
It's
to
broken
build,
anyways.
You have access to a wider variety of cards than if you choose one where you're kind of pigeonholed into using certain cards that might be too expensive for the budget.
Right. Yeah, and there's not good replacements maybe.
Yes.
So then you're just creating a very weak version of the deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that's okay with certain circumstances. You can make kind of any kind of deck on a budget. It's just how good you want to make that deck, how competitive does that be for your group, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of these decks too, they sort of span the types and varieties. of
Think about
decks.
buying a new
If you're
controller,
using
so.
this, I really want to do something that speaks to me.
I've,
There's something in here that I think
my-
will of course,
Yeah.
speak to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's only like a couple of different archetypes. There's a bunch to
There's a bunch.
choose from, but you know, you may want to steer towards one of these just to give yourself a little bit better chance of hitting that power level you want. I have a question for you, Mitch. So what are some of the factors you considered when trying to determine if a given commander or archetype is going to work well on a budget?
Sure. I mean, I think it's somewhat similar to when you're just trying to build a powerful commander overall. You see new commanders spoiled, and it says, whatever it says, you know, it helps you preempt and whatnot. Just things that make powerful commander in general.
There we go.
Make for a good budget commander as well, because you're just going to be building around that commander. You also just might look for, again, we'll go through some of these archetypes and ones that can be budget friendly, ones that aren't necessarily so budget friendly. But
Sounds like a
once you
shoot.
start building budget decks, kind of get a feel for these are the types of cards that I still can include in a deck, and these are the types of cards that I might not be able to, like if you're trying to go for a Planeswalker heavy deck, that might not work out so well, because some of the best ones obviously are pretty expensive.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
There's not a lot of really cheap Planeswalkers.
And cards like Doubling Season are not on the cheap end.
No, unfortunately not, so.
Super Friends is not on our list of best decks to build. Well, let's start going down our list here.
But it doesn't mean you can't build a budget Super Friends deck. It just may not, like you said, tussle at the same level as someone else's deck.
You'll probably be using a lot of those uncommon
We're
ones
building
from
my
around
little
the
pony
game.
deck.
Some of them are good at Narcissus.
Yes.
I gotta say. Okay. So the first archetype we're going to talk about is Aristocrats, which is basically that archetype is sacking your own stuff on purpose. Yeah.
Making a lot of stuff, trading like from multiple opponents or one opponent at a time, and playing an attrition long-term value.
Yep, gaining value from sacrificing your stuff.
So why would you say that Aristocrats is budget friendly?
Aristocrats just has a bunch of options, and there's actually a couple of good commanders that you can work with too. There are three basic things that you need when you're building an Aristocrat deck. You need a sacrifice outlet, you need things that want to be sacrificed, and you need things that give you value off of sacrificing things. And so when you have those kind of categories, there are a decent amount in each one that are budget friendly. There are plenty of options. Fanatical Devotion is a fantastic sacrifice outlet.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what this is, I've never seen this card in my life, and I'm going to say that for a lot of these, I'm sure. It's 2 and a white for an enchantment that just says sacrifice a creature, regenerate target creature.
That's just a free sack outlet.
It's a free sacrifice outlet in white, which you don't typically see, but then also it can protect whatever kind of main pieces you have, because you're going to be sacrificing things you want to sacrifice things anyway, but you can use those sacrifice creatures to protect one of your key pieces, whether it's commander,
Wipe, yeah.
essentially.
And notably, you don't need, the creature you're regenerating doesn't need to actually do anything or have anything done to it. You're just putting a regeneration shield on it as
Exactly.
rules.
Exactly. Other ones like the benefit payoff kind of cards, like Zulaport Cutthroat or Pitiless Plunderer, are great ones as well. Zulaport is great at draining out your opponents very quickly.
Budget Blood Artist.
Yeah, budget Blood Artist. It hits all of your opponents instead of targeted, though. But yeah, there is actually a budget version of Blood Artist. I think it's Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. But yeah, definitely a lot of budget options when it comes to that, and Wizards seems to keep printing new kind of versions of those.
Yeah, those aren't in such high demand that you're not going to be able to find them, right?
Exactly.
Like Pitiless Plunder is just never going to be really,
No,
really expensive. So
that's been the golden pig in multiple episodes of my deck tech. So that thing's just, it does a lot of work.
That's when it creates treasure when
treasure when any of your creatures die, and that includes tokens as well, which is busted.
What are some commanders that would be really good for this style that sort of fit in that world? And notably, I when I was reading through this, I was like, oh, interesting. A lot of these commanders are more powerful and they actually might cost more, but they're going to be
maybe the biggest chunk of the budget, but they're so single-handedly powerful that you were able to take budget cards and put them around them and still make it really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Taysa Karlov, once she was spoiled, I think everyone knew she's just a fantastic. It's the reverse what Panharmonicon, essentially. Yeah, where when a creature dies that you control, it just doubles up the trigger. Or any reverse Yorick. Yeah, pretty much. She's fantastic. And then Yawgmoth, like you said, like he might take up a bigger chunk of the budget, but Yawgmoth is a fantastic commander because he's a sack outlet. He's also a draw engine, and I mean, essentially a board wipe too. So
Removal spell, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and at a certain point, like the creatures you're sacking to him can be commons or they could be rares, but it's going to have the same effect off Yawgmoth, right? So,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
that's really cool. You got a couple other cards written down here as key cards of their budget.
Sure,
Yeah, you want to talk about those?
Yeah, Pawn of Ulamog and Sifter of Skulls are pretty much the exact same thing. Basically, whenever you sacrifice a non-token creature, you're getting an Eldrazi Spawn or Eldrazi Scion, which are more things that you can then sacrifice, give you mana, just more things that basically generate, at a certain point in a Aristocrat deck, you're going to be set up with your engine, you're going to be set up with your sack outlet, and then one of these token producers where you're just sacking 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures and then getting more creatures back and then sacrificing those and then finishing off your opponents all at once, or just getting so far ahead that it's going to be hard for them to stop you.
Yeah, notably Sifter of Skulls and Pawn of Ulamog, it's not even sacrificed, the creature just has to die.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because cards like Phyrexian Arena, or not Phyrexian Arena, sorry, Phyrexian Altar are very expensive.
Yeah.
And when you're getting these low tokens that make colorless mana, it's colorless, but this is a much easier way to say sack a creature, get something from it.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. All right, let's talk about the next archetype. It's Voltron.
Everyone's favorite.
One of my favorites.
Josh plays it every day, it's crazy. We have to tell him to slow down.
Wait, I played 2 Voltron decks last night. I played a Greven deck and a Feather deck.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm trying to, you know.
Red, white, and red, black. Just
Yeah.
definitely Josh's prime colors. You sound like me, what's happening?
I don't know.
Definitely won both of those games.
Greven does hit like a hammer.
He does.
So Voltron is basically the strategy of making like one super creature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why is Voltron a budget-friendly strategy?
I think one part of it is that I mean, some of the higher end players, the players that are willing to put more into their actual decks and buy the more expensive cards, aren't necessarily looking always to play Voltron. That might be part of it. Again, I don't have the statistics to back that up, but that's just kind of
You're the budget expert, so you can just testify as an expert.
Exactly. I'm 100% expert. I said there's guaranteed.
I would spend more time, there are very few people in the community that spend as much time, I think, as you, really focusing on budget. That's a good point. Voltron is a less popular strategy, so those cards are going to be less in demand.
Yep.
Or just, as is the case with so many commander cards, overlooked. And there's so many cards, it's so easy to be like, oh, I've never heard of that before. It's 10 cents, amazing.
Absolutely, and there's just a lot of cards kind of in those, in the categories that you need for a Voltron deck, where you just want to pump your commander, you want to protect your commander. There's a ton of cards that can do that effectively, and depending on the commander that you need. Let's say you're playing Nezahal, which was, I think, the first deck tech that I actually did.
Oh, cool.
Starts off as a 7/7, so essentially to kill an opponent you need 3 hits. If you get him to 11, so you just need some things that pump him by 4, that's just 2 hits. If you can get him to 21, which there are plenty of ways to do that as well, that's 1 hit. So there's a lot of different cards that can help do that, and because of that, there's just a lot of options and a lot of cards that aren't expensive. There's no expensive cards, I think, in Voltron decks that you necessarily just have to have or the deck won't work.
Right. Oh, okay. So let's talk about some key cards in this strategy.
You know what, YouTube? You know what? Seeing what these guys do on YouTube, and they never had a reviewer like me, go for it. So, shoot. You guys did awesome content and everything else awesome. So, Command Zone, game nights, you guys are awesome for me to watch. I'm hoping to God one of these days I see you later or someday at Magic Fest, maybe next year in Seattle. So, but heck, right now that means I would have to give another break to the Special Olympics and go to Magic Fest in Seattle. So, heck, comment below this video. Smash that like button, hit the notification bell section, and to be notified for whatever video I upload. If not, maybe just subscribe. Subscribe, like, and comment. And also, for most of you guys out there, I love you very much. I think about going watch some YouTube on my phone or on my PlayStation 3. Soon to be my ex PlayStation 3, because I'm getting a semi-new one. Then I'm going to hook that up and everything else. So, hey, cool. But that means I have to find a way to put all my pictures from this PlayStation 3 and also my videos. I gotta have something to put it on, so heck. Maybe, who knows. But heck, peace, love, all is fair, love and nerd war. Even though you just saw me jabber, so peace!